Outer Orange. So let's talk about 7Cs. Now here comes the funny part. So I run some extra spicy stuff. It's these two cards right here. You all ready for these? I run Book in my 7Cs list. Y'all might be asking, why in the world do I run Book? Because the deck doesn't counterblast too much, and you can move the 7Cs units, book the 3, and then move them back or swap them with whatever your lower numbers are. The Slash Shade at 4, and then we have Night Spinel at 4 because she's really good. Also, we run Greed Shade because Greed Shade helps with mill. And then for the grade 1s, we're running Tommies. We're at 4 because you want to see your Night Mist. If you don't see him, you'll literally lose the game. Run 4 Bones because Revival is just really good. You can revive something like this and then use her skill to get your stuff set up. And then you run 4 of this guy because Interrupt's really nice, and then 4 Night Crow because he gives you more 7Cs units and retires stuff you don't need, like Greed and Tommy. For the triggers, we run draw, 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 draw. And heals. That's pretty much the deck right now. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been rolling with recently. But because, you know, you have so many better ways, like we have our new guy right here. This is the blob, the gooey blob. And then we also have the 2. This card's also really good, helps us search out pieces really fast. And we do have also King Serpent. I'm probably not going to use King Serpent. Thank you, Yellow, for giving these to me. He's currently proxying out Angel Feather, so he also did these for me as well. So triggers are staying. The 7C support is probably going to stay just the way it is, at least with the grade 1s. This can be moved, so we'll kind of touch base on the Tommies here in a second. Bones are pretty good. We'll see what we do with Bones. We're going to move them over here as well. Greed Shade is joining the crew of potentially getting moved. Book is definitely joining because now the deck became counterblast heavy, so goodbye Book. And then we also have Spinel. Spinel will stay. Obviously Night Mist will stay, and then the Shades will stay. So first we're going to think about kind of what, this is the way I like to think about how a deck build. First, we're going to think about what is our win con. What are we trying to achieve? Well, what we're trying to achieve essentially is hitting as much as possible, right? So obviously these 2 cards are probably going to be going in at a pretty good pace. Your one of the conditions is trying to get this to pop off as fast as possible, especially the multi-attacking. And units like this will definitely help with that. This will probably help. So we're probably going to max out on these currently and kind of go from there. Don't forget to shop at 50cards.shop. Get your cards, use code ORANGE. So easy ones is the Book, because the Book is obviously not going to be used anymore. And then here we go, just like that. So we'll throw him in here. Iffy about moving the Bones and the Tommies. So we'll go ahead and start with the Greed Shades. I think now with the new grade 2, we should be fine. We are more focusing on counterblast now, which could be a little fishy because people can try and deny you. And if they deny you that 5 mil, it's kind of hard. My biggest thing about this is the 2 best cards in the deck both require counterblast, and that is the Spinel and then that new mill card. Obviously, I know some people run this at 3. I honestly think you probably need it at 4. Not the best misride, but I think the overall skill that it provides, like the numbers are so high, they will make it really hard to block, because your next beater is this card right here, but this will be a really insane, like if you have a board with something like this, and then you have like a shade here and like another shade here, you pretty much kind of just win the game, I feel, because there's no way your opponent's going to block between 29 and whatever this will get you that many times, and then all resets too on top of that. So I do think Bone is very important, and I'm probably going to come back on Tommy's and see how the deck works without grade 3 searchers, and then kind of go from there, because I think these cards are important, but I do think the Bone is more important. Oh, that's right, I don't run the zeros. I gotta grab the zeros too. Oh wow, we are hitting quite a struggle bus. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna roll with 1 Bone and kind of see how it works. I don't think there's a better replacement outside of Tommy's. I think this can work. And then the triggers, which is still draws right now, I'm going to test with the draws, and then if I hate it, then I'm gonna add crits. And I'm just kind of go from there. And then these can be honestly either or. I do think Grand Blue does not like to be dealt with rush too well. Like taking 1 damage is fine, taking 2 is fine, but you don't want to get rushed down by an Excel deck that quickly. So I think having the heal guards is still the way. Rick the Ghosty isn't a bad alternative, in my opinion. As a Beatrice player, I love Rick the Ghosty. Having 20k shield is still really nice. I've been playing some decks with 20k shield, and it's definitely a breath of fresh air from like 15ks all the time. But I think we'll roll with this. I think this is good. I think we can test this out. Okay, let's see here kind of what we have. 2, 3, 4, 5. Owie. We'll send 3 back. I need grade 1s like really badly, yo. Give me a grade 1, give me a grade 1, give me a grade 1, thank God. VP was amazing. Yeah, VP was amazing. Alright, see how this rolls. I'm gonna roll a die here, see who goes first. Boop. I rolled a 4. Opponent rolled a 6, actually, so opponent will be going first. Okay, quick shield. First, they do the thing, we draw. We'll ride homie. Draw again. Ooh, I actually really like this a lot. Get our quick shield. Honestly, I'm one of those people where I start rushing. I just don't care. I don't care about them giving me damage. So I would just honestly straight up call this. Probably call this back here. And I would just start rushing here. I've done it before where I had another grade 1 here and it was hilarious. So I rush. They probably, if I'm being real, they probably block this. And they might take this or might not. They might block it. That's the only thing that sucks about this is that it's hard to say how your opponent's gonna actually do. We'll put it here actually. Then they go, may or may not give us a damage. Be cool if they do. If they do, we power a draw. And then it's our go. Oh, it's actually not bad. This is not bad. So we're gonna ride. Ooh, what do we ride? So I'm actually gonna ride this guy first. We'll still blast him out later. And then we're gonna use this card. We're gonna call it and then we're gonna bind it. So boom, boom. Oh, hey, we don't miss. This card goes back to hand. So there goes that. And let me think here. Probably gonna call this here. Actually, I might even call her back here and use her skill here, mill 2. And then this instantly gets called to the board. Oh, wow. We'll just call him here. Actually, we'll call him here over this. And then we're going to swap these two like that. And then we'll call this back here. So we'll probably do something like that. And if we really want to be extra special, we can even call this right here. And that's a pretty set up board. So this isn't bad. This is stupid high right now. So we can swing with Van first. Do our check. We do get, this is pretty high. So we'll actually put all power here. We draw a card. And then we'll probably swing here for, actually see this. So this is right now 24. It actually depends if they guard or not. If they guard, we would put here. If they don't guard, we'll put it on the rear guards. But we'll just pretend they didn't guard. Actually, know that they did guard. So this will be 24. This would be 20, 30. Yeah, so we would swing here and we swing here. I'm pretty sure one of these would hit. So we can go ahead and stick a bad boy over here. Push us because they have no fear anymore of counterblast. Power, we draw. Because we gain power here, they did go first, so they're probably going to whack us a little bit here. They're probably going to target this or this. Chances are they're probably going to go after this because it's interceptor, and then it'll be our turn. We probably do guard at some point because we want some stuff in our drop. And then yeah, it's our turn again. Handsome boy. Handsome lad. Handsome lad gets us a protect 2 marker, or we're gonna do that. I'm gonna put protect 2 back here actually, just to make this just barely hit. And then honestly, there really isn't too much we need to do here. So we can call this to get the skill to go off. So we'll counterblast. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, that is so many cards. Probably pick this, drop the rest, call over this to then activate his skill, bind him, mill 2 cards, bring a card back to hand. So our choice is between this and this, honestly. It's kind of a rough choice. We could just mill our deck a little bit further, so we can actually bring this back, use her skill, mill 2 more cards, and then call this out. And we'll probably just call this over this guy over here. So I'll probably do something like that, which actually isn't bad. 5. So we have 5 7Cs units plus these 2 up here. So that's actually not bad. That's not bad at all. Beating face and hopefully one of these hits. So we probably start back here for, actually no, we start up. Oh no, they're pretty small. We start here and then we'd start here and then we'd start here. One of these probably hits. If any of them hits, I'd probably put it back here. And then we're gonna swing with this. And then we're gonna swing here, do our drive check. Put all power here, draw a card, and then do our second drive check in that. And then this will now hit. And because we have the condition, everything gets 5k. Depending if this hit or not, I don't know. It might hit, might not, just because they don't really care anymore about stuff hitting anymore. So then we'll pass turn. Now here's the hardest part, is just surviving this turn. But we can like intercept, right? Take some damage, and yeah, our shield is actually crap. So this is where kind of like where the issue comes with good old 7Cs. Theoretically, we might survive, might not. Kind of just depends. Draw a card. Yeah, I don't think we would have survived. We can ride again. We're gonna discard bone. Use bone skill here. Bony. Bone to the bottom. Call Spinel. Use Spinel's skill. Actually, we'll call Spinel back here. Use her skill. Mill 2 cards. and then call out probably either the gooey guy, or it'd be gooey guy or slash shape. Let's see how big gooey guy is. 1 2 3 4 5. Oh my god, this is so uncomfortable. Why am I doing it like this? Shoop 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 shoop. And blue cards has been I do. I'm enjoying them. Hi. Hello, hello. Oh, it's Luffy. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 cards. So these are plus 30 36. Yeah, I think calling these are the best route, and I think this would be the kill turn here. The only thing that sucks is that these back here are kind of small, but otherwise this would be the kill turn. But you pretty much just keep slapping. Everything has 5k on it now. Keep slapping and hope that something hits. Yeah, it'd be 39. Yeah, these are pretty high. But the goal would be to get all of these to hit, essentially. So by the time you reach this point, because this one can hit too, actually. Power somewhere. If this one hits, then you just get your final marker, put it behind Van, and then everything would restand, and it'd be pretty lethal. Power would probably either go to Vanguard or it would go to one of the rears. But then you're just attacking again, and these are stupid high. So this one is plus 39, so that's 49, 51. This one has a marker on it. This one's 56. Yeah, 56, and then these are baby back here. These are the small ones. And yeah, I mean, it seems like it's more consistent now. The draws are still carrying it, to be honest. I feel like the draws were definitely doing more work than it looked, because they were getting me to my pieces faster. I think if those were crits, I don't know, man. Because the issue about crits in a deck like this is depending on how you attack, or depending on how your situation is. If you have to attack with Vanguard first in some situations, and you land a crit and they land a defense, all of these columns get, aside of these two, these columns get shut down back here. Sometimes you want to start with the pokes first, and then go like, then you swing with Van here, because theoretically speaking, something you could do is you can go like this. Like, say you only have like 3 markers, obviously not everything's gonna hit, but you can swing with Van first and like abuse them to have to guard this, and then put everything on the rears. And with crit triggers, that actually works really well. But if you're going for like the circle route, where you just pretty much go like this, draws are better. Anyway, I'm gonna definitely have to test this some more, and knowing how my opponent guards is gonna be a big difference in how I want to build the deck, because decks like this, you really need to know how many on hits you're letting go. Based off my personal experience with playing this deck recently, I noticed people will not give me any on hits at all turn 1 and 2 unless I rush, and that's why I was doing that rush play. So if I rush, they're kind of forced to take some damage, but if I don't rush, I noticed that they kind of they just guard my 1 attacks. So your mulligan really matters in this deck, in my opinion. I think grade 1s carry it early on. All right, goodbye treasure markers. Well, I'm definitely gonna test some more, kind of see how I feel about it. And my girls are back.